Okay, so we are working on CentOS 6.5 in the last session, and we try to download the respective softwares. Okay, and those things are downloaded at the moment, but I've seen some problems with the 6.5 version, guys. Okay, so instead of going for 6.5, I have downloaded the 6.0. I tried even with the 7.0. I'm having some network issues, so I didn't get a time to work on these issues. So that's the reason I was going back to 6.0. So this is a more stable one where I worked in the previous batch training. So that's the reason I reverted back to the CentOS 6.0. Okay, so you need to get this VM with the help of this command vagrant init girling guy slash CentOS 6. This is the command, guys. Okay, with this command try to spin up the machine. Okay, then you will get a CentOS 6 machine and try to assign IP. So now just 10 minutes before spinned up 3 machines total, all are CentOS 6. Okay, so there is one more machine, 12. Okay, given the IP address as 40.10, 40.11, 40.12. Okay, so I'm going to treat the 10 as a chef server. Okay, and workstation as your 11 and your node. Okay, so node nothing but your actual deployment server, right? So deployment server as 12. Okay, so this node you can keep it aside, you don't need to do anything. Okay, your chef server will take care of deploying the node over there, but you need to make sure you have to install both of them and keep it ready. Okay, first and foremost we need to install the chef server. So in the last session we were started doing some stuff by assigning a chef domain name and all. Okay, so whereas these steps we are doing it right now. At this moment I need to repeat the same steps again. We did till here, and we just stopped the session because we need to download such a big installer, 450 MB installer, so we just stopped it. So now what I will do, I'll repeat the same steps in a new machine now. Okay, so just try to launch. One 40.10. Okay, that's what my chef server, right? That's what uh, I'm treating 10 as my chef server. Say yes, vagrant. Okay, and I'm going to make these changes what we did in the last session. Try to open the etc host. Okay, sudo vi and remove these two lines. Look, this you keep it anyway, and apart from that 192.168.40.10 chef.mycompany.com. okay, right, and there is one more file, etc config sudo vi, and here you need to update your domain name as chef.mycompany.com. okay, so once that is done, what we are supposed to do it, try to run hostname. Okay, and now you checked out whether it is printing the chef.mycompany.com. Yes, it is printing. Now we need to reboot it. Okay, so just go back to your this console and vagrant reload. Okay, I'm rebooting my instance, and I have downloaded all the softwares today. These three softwares, what I will do, I'll copy it into the Google Drive as well. So temporarily, let me get them into the DevOps directory. Chef, I'll just keep it here. Chef SDK Manager and this stuff. Okay. So parallelly, I'll open another instance. 192.168.40.11. This I will treat it like my workstation. Okay. In the last session, we installed the workstation as well, if you remember. Installing the workstation is pretty simple. Try to copy the your SDK file. What is SDK file? Yeah, this is what SDK RPM to your workstation file. Just install it. That's it. Okay. I'm doing both the things parallel. Don't get confused. Server and a workstation. And meanwhile, let's update these IP addresses. Okay. So now the server is what? 168.40.10. Okay. And what is your workstation? 40.11. Okay. And this node is going to be 40.12. Okay. So SCP, let's copy these two files. SDK should go to vagrant at the rate 192.168.33, sorry, 40.11. Okay, vagrant. So SDK should go here. Done. Now we need to server. Okay, so the chef server should go to your vagrant at the rate 192.168.40.10. Okay, vagrant. Right. So let's start the server stuff first. We'll start this one. Vagrant. Vagrant. Now I'm in a server, guys. Okay. So cross check whether you can see the chef at hostname or not. Right. Now you have a chef over there. So restart your server. Login with normal user. Okay. So and sudo host. Okay. The user should be in the sudo host. That should be fine. Try to run this command, guys. Sudo rpm ivh. Okay. So this takes a while. Okay, while this is going on, what I will do it, I'll go to the workstation. I'll try to start workstation installation as well. Okay, sudo, come down, the below command you can find, workstation command here. Okay, rpm restart. Okay, now workstation is also installing now. Both are going on in both the machines. Okay, to make it clear which one is workstation, which one is server, I'll do one thing. The workstation, I'll try to change my color, use system colors. Okay, so this workstation is a white color and server is a black color, so you don't get confused. You have to wait a bit. Okay, so instead of waiting ideal, right, what I can do it, we have the node as well, right? In node we might need the MySQL and Java, those stuff needs to be installed over there. Okay, so we can install that. Okay, SDK is installed, guys. You can check it out. Chef version, right? SDK is done now. 168 40.12 is my node. Okay, vagrant. This is what the node. In node, actually this is a deployment server where you are going to deploy the Tomcat, MySQL, Java, blah blah blah. So what I will do, sudo yum install. I'll make sure like no the Java 7, all this stuff is installed. So let me try to install the Java 7 first. Okay. So instead of wasting the time, in the background it goes on, right? So it will download and install it. So let it go on in the background. And foreground, I have installed the Chef SDK in the workstation, and Chef server is installed now. Okay, so it's not installed. We need to start now. So the RPM is done. So immediate next command is like, no, you need to reconfigure the Chef server. Okay, with the help of this command, just run the steps whatever I mentioned in the document. You don't have to do anything, and this is a one-time activity, guys. Okay, once you set up the entire environment, you don't want to do anything. It will keep running. That's it. Now it is starting the Chef server. Okay. Let it go on. Okay, meanwhile Java is installing. Let it Java is also installed in the node. So I'm installing Java in this node, guys. Okay, Java MySQL. And you might be thinking, like, do we need to put these many efforts to bring up the chef and all? So if you don't want to do that, right, the chef guys also supporting, okay, chef in cloud. Okay, just like, you remember the GitHub, instead of setting up your own GitLab or like, Bitnami Git, right? So you can launch the Git repositories in the github.com. Okay, you sign up there and create a repository. Similarly, for Chef also, see, the Chef server you know to install, you know to set up. Okay, you log into the Chef cloud. Okay, and those there you need to, like, just register yourself and create your account, and that will give you a Chef server to you, and your job is to, like, install SDK on your machine or build machine. Just push your cookbook. That's it. Okay, it's not much big deal. So you just, so in Chef Cloud, right, only the difference is, if you look at this map, uh, this part, okay, this part will be in the cloud. Okay, and if you wanted to extend, you wanted to have your server also in the cloud, you can make this server cloud. Okay, but this workstation is your machine, because you will be developing the scripts here and you'll be pushing them to your Chef server. So we can move the server components to the cloud as well. Okay, so the only thing is, in a cloud, right, uh, they will give you 5 instances free. What do you mean 5 instances free? Is 5 nodes free. Okay, if you want more nodes, then you need to pay for it actually. Okay, 5 nodes free. So nothing but with the help of the cloud chef server, you can deploy a maximum of 5 nodes. Okay, with the help of on premises. Okay, on premises you will get 20 nodes. Okay, 20 instances free. You might be thinking, if I have 25 servers, then you cannot even do with the 25 servers with on-premises, guys. You have to purchase the license. So right now, how many nodes we are doing it, guys? Only one. So for only one, either we can do with the cloud or we can do with the on-premises. The cloud, I'm not giving any demonstration, guys. You can just try it out later, but this is important, okay, on-premises one. So I'm trying to set up our own Chef server and trying to deploy the application in one of the nodes. Okay. So node nothing but these things. Right now there are 4 nodes are there in this diagram. Okay. So your cloud supports Chef servers. Cloud supports 5 nodes. On-premises supports 20 nodes. The maximum. Okay. If you want more, you have to pay the license and get the uh, license for more number of nodes. Okay. Extra number of nodes. Okay. And right now we are going to deploy only on one node. Where are we? It's still going on. And where are we with this? Okay, so here the Java is installed in the node 2, guys. So let me install sudo install MySQL server. Okay, all the installations are going on. Okay, the Chef server takes more time, so please bear with it. And one more thing, when you're setting up the Chef server, right, it should have minimum of 1 GB RAM. You might be thinking, how do you set up a 1 GB RAM to my VM? It's pretty easy, guys. I'll show you. Look at, you go to your Vagrant file. This is what my Chef server node, guys. Okay, which is a 40.10. Can you see the 40.10 in the Vagrant file here? Okay, so in this node, you need to make one small change. What exactly it is? You have to uncomment this line, config VM. These two will be commented actually. You have to uncomment these 2 lines and also this line. I'm setting up 1024 MB, nothing but 1 GB. Okay, minimum 1 GB memory. I'm assigning it, and you try to compare with other VMs, guys. Okay, now I have workstation VM. This is what my workstation one. Okay, try to compare with this. This I don't have a default memory will be assigned. So everything is commented. Can you see this? Okay. So it doesn't require 1 GB for the workstation and all, but for chef server it is required 1 GB minimum. If you don't have 1 GB, it will fail. Okay. So make sure you do this when you bring up your chef server VM. This is only for chef server VM, not for the workstation and node and all. Okay. Okay. What else I can explain you before this completes? Still going on. Okay. Where are we with the MySQL stuff? MySQL is also done. We can start the MySQL. Meanwhile, sudo etc init.p MySQL is status. This is stop. We can start if you want. Yeah, that is started. And which version of Java you have it here? Java version 1.7. All good. So even my this node is also ready. So I'm pretty much okay with my node. I can just close this one. Okay. So now right now at this moment I have only my workstation and my node. Okay. So change settings. Let me increase the font. Right. So this is what my workstation. So here I need to write my chef scripts, which are cookbooks or recipes, whatever you call it. Okay, we'll see that introduction stuff later. Let me complete the entire installation stuff. That's most important one. Okay, this seems to be completed, guys. Chef server reconfigured, successfully finished. Now you go to your instructions document. Once this is finished, what you are supposed to do? Okay, so run below command to create a user. So he is saying like, once your chef server installation is done, you have to create an account, which is a admin account on chef server. So that you need to do it with the help of this command, guys. Okay, this command will work now on your chef server because you install this. Okay, so scm agar something an example which is the I've put out over here. I can change it. DevOps uh, DevOps Jam. Sorry, how it is written earlier. SCM August. Okay, this is the full name, first name, last name, email ID. Okay, DevOps Jam. You can say DevOps Jam. Okay, DevOps Jam. Gmail.com. DevOps 123. DevOps. So please run this command on your chef server. Just run it. Don't do anything. Hmm. Username invalid. Did you miss anything? I think I'm suspecting this should have a hyphen user create. Let me reset it, guys. Okay, look at the differences. User create, option, develops. The below command to create user, the below command to create organization. Let's try to run this command straight as it is. The data in your request was invalid. Response field username invalid. This is created properly. Okay. Only the difference I see it is The DevOps, right? J is caps. Let's try with the small letter. Yes, okay. This should be a small letter, guys, because the first name, last name are either this I would have made it as a capital. Okay, capital one. So just cross check. A small mistake can cause a failure. Okay, that's the reason I documented everything, because we don't remember each and every these simple syntaxes, right? Now I created an account. Okay, created a user. Then after that, in a chef, right? For whatever you're trying to store it on your chef server, it should be linked with an organization ID. Okay, so we can create n number of organizations and every user is mapped with each and every organization. So now I'm trying to create an organization now by mapping with my DevOps user. Okay, so this is what the command. I'll try to copy paste this here, then we'll modify according to it. So or create DevOps Jan. Okay, DevOps training. So you can give your organization name, your company name, associated user. Which user you created? We created DevOps Jan, right? Have you created the scene? Yeah. So DevOps Jan, and file is what is our pump file? Okay, validated. Okay, that's it. Copy this command and put over here. Now in the background it is trying to create that one organization. Yes, the organization is created. So once all this stuff is done, your framework is installed successfully. Okay. Now after the framework is installed, to see everything in a graphical user interface, okay, you need to install ops code manage. Okay. So this is what the ops code manage. So how to install this? So this is also I have downloaded. That is, you can see under chef the download section, right? I downloaded three components. One is the server, SDK, and another is a manager. Okay. So let's try to copy the manager one to chef server SCP vagrant at the rate 192.168.40.10. Right, it's been copied now. So you have a manager one. Just try to rename it with a proper one. .rpm. Okay. Right. So how to install this? You just follow the document. You don't need to do anything. So either you can do this, guys, you can directly zoom it, but the thing is I found some issues in performing this, so that's the reason. Try this way in case of you have some issues. So either you can, instead of you download and copy there, you can run these commands to make it work, or download this one and run like this. Okay, and finally once everything is done, restart your server. So this is the same command you used earlier to bring up your chef server. Okay, now it is installing the uh, chef manager. So yep, it's done. So it's clearly saying the next step is to run the reconfigure. Okay, just run it. Make sure you give a sudo because we are a Vagrant user, not a root user. So thank you for installing the Chef Management Console. So the management is the management console is the UI one. Okay, with the help of that you can launch this Chef. So once this is done, so what you are supposed to do it, you should be able to access this link. Okay, from your browser. Where is my browser? Okay. And this chef.mycompany.com DNS, you need to actually get this done from your infrastructure guys. They can map it with an IP address, but right now I cannot do that. So what I can do it, I can write this DNS name, okay, in my host file, so that it will point to the respective IP. So you can launch in a your notepad, your host file actually. I'll show you how to launch that. Not like this. Notepad. Try to open as an administrator. Run as administrator. Okay. Now I'll give you the location in Windows typically where exactly you can find. In C drive, Windows, System 32, okay, drivers, etc. Here you try to show all the files. You can find host file. Now what you need to do it, copy this chef.mycompany.com, okay, and map it with your IP address 192.168.40.10. Okay, just save it. No need to do anything, just save it. That's it. Now you try to copy the URL, HTTPS, this one. Okay, so we don't have HTTPS certificate at the moment, so you just say proceed as like this, unsafe mode. It's throwing an error. Chef reconfigure. Yeah, it's successfully done. Okay, let's do this. Okay, it's back guys. So this is what the Chef Management Console will do. Okay, now once this is done, so what you're supposed to do it, whatever the email ID you gave it or username, DevOps Jan I gave it, okay, and the password DevOps at 0123. What did I give you? DevOps 123. Yeah, it's not DevOps 123. There you go. So this is what your management console, or you can call it as a Chef server as well. Okay, and you can see your default organization as a DevOps Jan. Can you see this DevOps Jan? Okay, and you can create multiple organizations from here. So once your Chef server is up and running, okay, now it's time for you to set up your workstation, guys. Come back to your workstation. So to set up the workstation, what you're supposed to do it, you have to install the SDK. That part is done already. Okay, come down. So use the Chef Management Console to manage the, okay, these are all we'll see later, okay, attributes, run list, roles, environments, blah, 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 okay. So now, workstation. So once the workstation is done, to complete your entire workstation process, what you're supposed to do, you log into your Chef Management Console with your credentials, okay, and go to the administration section, okay. Am I there at administration section? Yes, click on administration section. Follow the instructions, okay. You can find starter kit. Where is starter kit here? Click on the DevOps Jan, guys. Yeah, starter kit here. Click on the starter kit and you just have to download the starter kit. Download the starter kit. Proceed. Yes, I have downloaded this now. This starter kit, you need to download it into actually your workstation, guys. Okay. So let me copy that into my workstation IP address. Vagrant at the rate 192.168.40.11 is my workstation. Okay, now go to your workstation. So please cross check whether you have this or not. Try to unzip this chef.starter. Okay, unzip I don't have it. Let me try to install the unzip command. Sudo yum install unzip. Look at the instructions meanwhile. What exactly this guy is saying? Okay, he's saying unzip and you will get a chef repo. Okay, and get into the chef repo. Now what you need to do, you need to establish a connection from your workstation to your chef server. So that's what he is saying here. So let's make this. Okay, once unzip is done. Yeah, say yes. Okay, now unzip is done. Unzip chef starter kit. Okay, so you should see chef repo. Get into the chef repo. Okay, now once you get into the chef repo, uh, get the key from chef server at below location. So what he's saying, you need to get a key from your chef server. Okay, and copy into this file. This is what the file is saying. Inside the chef repo, dot chef trusted search. Okay. Am I having dot chef here? Yes. Okay,